All right, so we are going to take a short series. The topic that is before us this week is why we work. And so we are going to extrapolate two principles of why work is important to us as young people. So for this first part of this nugget, we are going to talk about the principle of productivity. So for those of us who love to take notes, the principle of productivity. So when you look at Genesis, the first conversation that God is having with Adam is that he tells Adam, I'm putting you into this garden called the Garden of Eden to work it and tend it. To work it and tend it. And so when you begin to think about work, one of the reasons why God tells Adam to tend the garden is because that is how we extend our productivity upon this earth. Everything that God gives us, he gives us in terms of raw material. And so he expects that the gifts that he has given us, the talents, the potentials within us, to use those as tools, everything that is within us and everything else that we can capture in our physical environment. He expects us to use all those resources to produce or to reproduce that which he gave us. For example, when God comes to Moses, he actually tells him, what is that in your hand? And Moses says that I have a staff in my hand. And the Lord tells Moses, drop it on the ground. And the staff becomes a snake and becomes a sign by which Moses would use to rescue the nation of Israel. And so the staff is in Moses' hands because that is a raw material that the Lord has envisioned upon Moses. But Moses had to take the staff and use it to perform the signs. And so one of the ways by which we become productive in our lives is to constantly scan for the raw materials that the Lord has given us. When a friendship is starting, for you are in high school, you're in college, it begins as a raw material because you're still getting to know the person. But with wisdom, with knowledge, with understanding, with learning how to communicate, all these things continue to perfect and they continue to make that friendship to be productive. And so I welcome you into this thought today and this week. Search your life and ask the Lord to show you what are the raw materials that the Lord has given me. What are the things that the Lord has placed in my hands and in my life that with my gifts and with my talents and with my potential, I can now begin to reproduce. That is a principle of productivity. And the principle of productivity is so important that it was one of the first things that God told Adam to focus on. And so God tells Adam, placing you in this Garden of Eden, to work it and to tend it. So the hands of idleness should not be captured in 2021. Search your life. Bring the raw materials before you. Trust God for grace. Use your gifts and your talents. This is a principle of productivity. Thank you.